Welcome to Michael Potts F1, every moment from every Grand Prix.
Well, good morning, Mr. Potts, international man of mystery. Can I ask you a few questions about how Formula One went last year?
The year was very, very good. Last year was a lot more exciting in Formula One, but it was also a really good year for me. I got to work with some very nice clients, got some very good moments with some celebrities.
Who were the celebrities?
Brad Pitt was obviously around a lot. He's doing a new movie which is coming out on the 29th of June, and that's going to be something quite special.
So for someone who has no idea what is going on, is that about Formula One?
Yes.
And that's why he's been hanging out at Formula One all this time?
So what they've been doing, so in 1966, they produced a movie called Formula One. And it was filmed at racetracks, so Monaco, Reims, and a whole bunch of others during the race weekends. And they had a cast of actors who came along, and there's a love story that went behind it. It's a very good movie. If you haven't watched it, 1966, black and white, fantastic. Just seeing the cars going through Monaco in those days is gorgeous. But someone had an idea of doing it now with modern actors. So we've got Brad Pitt as a sprightly young racing driver, and he is coming out of retirement to get his team to win the championship. It's filmed at the racetrack. So they're in Silverstone, at Las Vegas, Abu Dhabi. They've been hanging around us. They've had fake photographers around us. So I might be in the background of some of the scenes. But it's a really compelling story. It's beautifully shot. It's done by the same production company as Top Gun. I've seen a few of the onboard footages. It's quite special. I think that is going to hit a massive audience. And the people who haven't been bitten by the Drive to Survive bug might get hooked by this. So I'm expecting a very big year coming up for Formula One.
And lots more people on YouTube looking for videos about Formula One.
Hopefully. But it's been fun being part of the filming process because you sort of see them doing the same scene over and over again. And they look almost identical, but they need to reshoot it a couple of times. Yeah, it's been fascinating.
And what are you excited about in the upcoming year, which starts any minute now in Bahrain?
Any minute now. I'm heading off after this to catch a flight to Bahrain.
I mean, you're literally heading off in 2 hours' time.
Yeah. Bahrain is where the season starts. Well, sort of the season starts because we had a big launch this year. We had the F1 75 live event at the O2. Now, this was a big kind of launch party / awards show type thing. I was photographing the red carpet, so I saw all the drivers and the celebrities coming down. And that was quite an experience. Watching Lewis Hamilton in his quite cool designer outfit. Charles Leclerc looked amazing. He looked like so sharp.
You're getting a lot of sartorial tips for your future wardrobe? Can we see some changes coming up?
I am. It's going to be very black. Yeah, all the presenters were there. We had Jack Whitehall was presenting it. Lots of DJs, Fatboy Slim, a whole bunch of folk. So yeah, it was a very, very fun night. And that kind of got the whole season kicked off.
Yeah, so when I say you were on the red carpet, I mean you were photographing the red carpet rather than people taking photos of you on the red carpet, which is clearly the next stage you're going to head for in Formula One.
But we had a lot of London paps there. And watching these guys work, which is quite different to the way we work. I think in Formula One we're quite respectful. But yeah, that was very cool. So yeah, we're kicking off winter testing in Bahrain. So this is the first time we get to see the cars on track. They're going to be very similar to last year's cars. So it should be quite exciting. There were 4 teams that were racing for the championship. Any one of 8 drivers could win a race at any time. So that is very exciting compared to 2023, where we only had 1 car that could win a race. 3 days of testing in the desert, followed by a trip to Australia, China, then a little break for Japan, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia.
But I thought you were starting in Bahrain.
We are. So we're doing testing in Bahrain. We're going all the way around that part of the world and then coming back to Bahrain to have a race. It's Formula One's attempt to reduce their carbon footprint.
What are you most looking forward to?
I think the racing this year is going to be very good. I think there's going to be a lot of off-track gossip and stories. Next year is going to be a full change year. They're changing the engines, they're changing the cars, they're changing everything. We're getting a new team. Cadillac is coming in. So there's a lot of change next year. So this is the anticipation of that change. We've got 6 rookie drivers, the most rookie drivers in any season. So we've got lots of these young kids running around. One of them just got their road license a couple of days ago, and he's now going to be a Formula One driver. So yeah, it's very, very exciting from that point of view. And they're all fun. They're all amazing. There's a Brazilian guy, Gabriela Bortoleto, who's won every major championship in the first year that he's attempted it. There's a kid, Kimi Antonelli, who is an Italian guy. So the first Italian we've had for a few years. He's raw, he's quick, he's tiny, he's funny, he's just brilliant. We've got Ollie Berman, who's a young English driver who's very, very tall, very funny, an absolute charmer, and super, super talented, so quick. The whole grid is just full of these amazing young kids. Jack Doohan, he's an Australian, his son of Mick Doohan, the 5-time motorbike world champion. Yeah, Jack is brilliant. He's under a lot of pressure because there's a young Argentinian racing driver who's been signed to his team, who's already putting pressure on him, and Jack's only raced in one race, and his seat's already under threat. So there's a lot of stories happening already, even at the start of the season.
So gossip to come?
Lots of gossip.
And will be people getting it from you?
Yes.
Do you gossip a lot with the other F1 photographers when you're there? Like what's going on, what's happening behind the scenes?
Yes.
Is there a lot of rivalry between the different photographers or more camaraderie?
The regulars, there's a lot of camaraderie.
What are you looking forward to the most?
I think looking forward to that first race in Australia, the start of that first race. I think that's going to be quite exciting, just to see which cars are actually fast, which teams have put the most effort into the winter, and seeing if anyone has an advantage going into that first race. I think having it in Melbourne, it's a classic venue. It's one of the most supported races on the calendar. It might even break the record for having the most attendance this year. So.
And how did you find Vegas for only the second time last year?
Vegas was brilliant. Vegas is becoming one of my favourite races. It was a very busy race. A lot of my sponsors had events on there, so I was running around quite a lot. I managed to walk 70 kilometres over the 4 days. So that was
40. You must be dead.
That was a lot of hard work. But yeah, Vegas was absolutely brilliant. And I haven't actually done my Vegas recap video yet. It is in the works, but it's quite a mammoth undertaking, and I might have to slip it in during the off-season, during the summer break. So, yeah, if you've missed Vegas, that's why.
So aside from Vegas, which is your favourite Grand Prix? Do you have one?
Monaco is my favourite.
You classicist, you.
Yeah, well, it's not the best race. It's probably the worst race. Last year, we didn't have a single overtake out of the top 10 cars. So the race itself is disastrous. But from a photography point of view, it's spectacular. There's nothing that comes anywhere near it, because you've got the bay, you've got the mountain, you've got the beautiful city, lots of undulation, you've got the casino, yachts. It's incredible. And you have a huge amount of celebrities that come along to watch it. So there's lots to take photographs of. Last year I was on a truck tour with Heidi Klum and her daughter. It is a very, very cool event.
I love the way you just drop these things into conversation. I'm like, I can't believe it. We're here in the middle of France, in the middle of the countryside, and you're off having the most glamorous life around the world.
Last year at the race, we had Sia Khaleesi and Tendai Matarera, who are two amazing South African rugby legends. And I had Sia's phone, and I was taking photographs of him hanging out with Chris Gale and all sorts of other celebrities.
It is crazy.
So that was quite wild.
Meanwhile, back at home, your kitchen's collapsed.
Yes.
And I'm trying to put it back together. So what about the rumours of a South African Grand Prix? You're excited it might be coming home? It
seems very, very, very possible. There's 4 potential venues, Rwanda, Zanzibar, and 2 in South Africa. And I recently went and had a look at the track proposal around Cape Town, which would be gorgeous.
Oh my goodness, I can't imagine a more gorgeous setting.
But it would cost billions. The first corner has a tiny road, and there's a massive drop-off down to the sea. So, yeah, I don't know what they'd have to do to be able to make that safe. Nothing's impossible, but
No, it's true.
It would be spectacular, because Cape Town it's one of the best cities in the world, and Formula One would have a huge party there.
So what's more likely, Formula One in Cape Town or our new kitchen? Cost-wise, I think they're similar.
Similar. I suspect the cars will be racing in Johannesburg before we'll have the kitchen finished.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Fortunately.
Watch this space. The most important question of all from me, will we see you more at Lalande this year?
I really hope so. I'm going to do everything I can to be here as much as possible.
We miss you so much when you're not here.
Yeah. I go away for a couple of weeks. The kitchen gets trashed.
See?
There's
You got to stay
skip
here.
outside. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Then come back. Thank you so much, Mikey. Have a fabulous year of Formula One, but come home loads.
Will do.